Hi, I'm Jack Herr with ATI Corporation. As the designers and manufacturers of Level Best grading products, we'd like to take a few minutes to explain the proper sequence of attaching and benching your Level Best grading box to your tractor. Remember to consult the operator's manual, which was shipped with your machine. The manual is located in this weather-resistant tube, always close at hand for specific details on machine setup and operation. First, we will begin by hooking up the Level Best box onto the tractor's 3-point hitch. Every standard Level Best tractor box is built for tractors with either a Category 1 or Category 2 3-point hitch. Carefully back your tractor up to the hitch pins which fit your tractor's hitch. This tractor is equipped with a Category 1 hitch, so we'll use the smaller pins. Start with the bottom 2 lift arms by capturing the tractor's lower lift arms with the furnished hitch pins. Secure these lower pins with the linch pins for safety. Next, attach the top link. Extending or retracting the top link's length may be required for the holes to line up. There, the Level Best grading box is securely attached to the tractor. Now that your Level Best box is hooked to the 3-point hitch of the tractor, it's important to check that the 3-point hitch is level. This is a step that's often overlooked, but it allows the Level Best box to do the best job possible. Slightly raise the Level Best box off the ground with the tractor's 3-point hitch. Check to see if the cutting edge is level from side to side. Is the gap even from one side to the other? If not, extend or retract the lower link of the tractor's 3-point hitch to level the box. Next, the Level Best grading box's pitch must be set. Extend the tractor's top link so that the front of the Level Best box is approximately 1/2 inch higher than the rear. This prevents the front of the box from digging into the ground during turns. The Level Best grading box uses constant hydraulic flow from the tractor to help the electronic components adjust the box to grade. The Level Best grading box's hydraulic manifold is marked with a P and a T where the hydraulic hoses from the tractor are to enter. The P means pressure or supply. The T means tank or return. Refer to your tractor's operator's manual for identifying the tractor's P or T hydraulic ports. Once these hoses are properly hooked up, it is a good idea to mark the hose and tractor's hydraulic port with zip ties or a paint pen. That way, the next time you hook up the box, you can easily tell which hose goes with which coupler. Now it's time to find a 12-volt power source. Begin by placing the connector end of the power cable near the tractor seat for later connection to the control panel. Take the time to find a good path for the cable. The power cable needs to be mounted out of the way from hazard areas where it could be damaged by abrasion, excessive heat, pinch points like a moving loader or axle, or snags from tires or debris. Use plastic zip ties to keep the cable secured to the tractor. Keep the ties loose until the whole cable is connected to the battery. Connect the power cable to the tractor's battery and remember that the cable's red wire is positive and the black wire is negative or ground. Finally, snug up the zip ties after the cable is connected to the battery and out of the way from hazards. Now that the grading box is installed on the tractor, you can begin to install the laser controls. First, mount the control panel bracket on the right fender of the tractor. Make sure that you mount it in a spot where you can easily reach it with your right hand. Mount the bracket securely using the necessary fasteners. Install the control panel on the bracket using the knobs on each side to secure it in place. Tilt the panel so the cable connectors on the rear are easily accessed. Let's begin installing the laser controls on the Level Best box. Begin by inserting the mast pole into the holder of the grading box. Make sure that the pole touches the bottom of the socket and tighten the T-handle to keep the mast securely in place. Next, clamp the laser receiver near the top of the pole. The laser receiver is the system's eye. The receiver picks up the laser beacon in a 360-degree arc. It is important that there are no obstructions between the receiver and the rotating laser beacon. So keep the receiver above a cab, ROPS, or exhaust stack. Now, attach the coiled receiver cable to the laser receiver with its straight connector. It is best to wrap the coiled cable around the mast pole a couple of times to help reduce any pulling on the cable ends. Connect the 90-degree receiver cable end to the back of the control panel using the connector socket with an icon depicting a laser receiver. Now the receiver is installed. Next item to be installed is the yellow solenoid cable. This connects the control panel to the hydraulic valve. The control panel is the computer that tells the hydraulic valve to raise or lower the box with the hydraulic cylinder. Connect the end of the solenoid cable to the hydraulic valve. Attach the other end of the solenoid cable to the control panel at the connector with an icon that looks like a hydraulic cylinder. Your control panel may have an optional remote switch which allows raise-lower function and auto manual control. This saves wear and tear on the control panel switches. Use the connector with an icon that looks like a switch. Finally, the last step is to connect the power cable which was previously hooked to the battery. Use the connector with an icon that looks like a battery. By hooking up this cable last, it reduces the risk of a voltage spike or spark, which could potentially damage the components. Benching your level best box at the job site begins by moving the machine to an area you have determined to be on grade. Next, engage the tractor's hydraulic system so that the oil is flowing continuously through the valve. Turn on the laser controls by pressing the power button on the front of the control panel. This single button powers both the laser receiver and the control panel. Next, lower the tractor's 3-point hitch the whole way to the ground. Operate safely and responsibly. Always switch the laser controls to manual mode before adjusting the laser receiver. When the laser controls are in automatic mode, the level best box will automatically adjust itself to be on grade, possibly injuring the operator. Use the raise lower switch on the control panel to position the cutting edge so that it is just touching the on-grade ground. Move the laser receiver up and down on the mast pole until the center on-grade LED lights are lit. Tighten the handles on the back of the receiver to secure it in position. Switch the controls in auto and begin grading with the tractor for a few feet. Go back and check the area you just graded. Is it on grade? Make adjustments to the receiver as necessary. Always remember to switch to manual mode before making adjustments to the laser receiver. If you have any additional questions about setting up your Level Best box, please see your local Level Best dealer. Thank you for choosing Level Best for your grading needs. Remember, Level Best is fine grade made easy.